What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Cryptocurrency has been steeped in myths and mythology since the beginning of time. So we're going to read this article from Yahoo Finance. Experts debunk 5 myths about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency has been steeped in mythology since it first escaped the realm of online encryption nerds. Today, you can trade it for coffee and sandwiches at Starbucks and Subway. Yet, old myths endure, and new ones continue to emerge. Go banking rates asked financial professionals from the blockchain industry and beyond to dish on the crypto myths that frustrate them the most. First one, dabbling in crypto is for the young and tech-savvy. It used to be kind of complicated. There wasn't much user interface. There was a lot of coding and things of that nature. When I first moved Bitcoin, my very first Bitcoin, from a game that was giving Bitcoin away for free for playing the game onto a hard wallet, I had to get a very tech-savvy person to show me how to do it. There wasn't a really, really good Bitcoin wallet out there at that point. But as time goes on and adoption happens and more people use it, it will get easier and easier and easier to use. I mean, think about it. When 5 people are using a product, there is not much incentive for people to make a really good user interface. You just take those 5 people and show them how to use the product. But once you get 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 1,000,000 people, now you need something that is easy to use, because 1,000,000 people aren't going to sit down and listen to you teach them how to make a wallet or teach them how to use the product. The more people use it, the easier it'll get. The easier it gets, the more people will use it. The more people that use it, the easier it will get. Until recently, crypto mystified most people. It was digital monopoly money for shady black market deals in the internet's darkest corners. That was back in the day when I had Bitcoin and everybody was talking about the Silk Road. You have Bitcoin, well then you must be some sort of an illegal operator of something. You must be dealing in something that's illegal and illicit. And that's all anybody ever thought of back in the day when you told them, yeah, I'm dabbling in some Bitcoin. Didn't know what to do with it. I was holding on to it, but I was accumulating it. The industry has done an excellent job of cleaning up its image, but the technology is still unfamiliar, and many people avoid it because they don't understand it. As if they understand the technology lets them turn money into Amazon merch. Yeah, people don't understand cryptocurrency. Okay, well, have people explain how a credit card or a debit card works. They can't. Well, you swipe the card and it digitally tells the bank, no, it doesn't. There is a whole process to your money on your credit card and your debit card. And really, the process is not that much different from the way that cryptocurrency works. It's really not. It has a ledger, it has your bank account, it has how much you have in your bank account, it stores that amount on a ledger. It's the same thing as a blockchain. One of the most common misconceptions about crypto is that it's only for tech-savvy people, said Jamie Knight, CEO of business, news, and marketing intelligence site Data Source Hub. This is a false belief for many reasons. In fact, anyone can use crypto to buy things online and make payments with just a few clicks. It's also easy to learn how to use it. There it is now. It never used to be. Back in the beginning, back in the day when they were giving Bitcoin away for playing phone games. And Bitcoin was, what, 0.01 cents or something to that nature? They were giving it away when you were playing video games on your phone. Isn't that crazy? There are plenty of resources on the internet you can use as guides, or you can ask someone who already knows how to help you to get started. And that's what I did. I found someone who knew what they were doing and showed me how to do it. Next myth. Certain industries simply aren't able to adopt crypto. Now, that one, okay. So technically, yeah, they can adopt crypto. That's going to be most industries. But there are barriers to some industries adopting crypto, and most of those barriers are regulation related. There are a lot of businesses and organizations that cannot get into cryptocurrency because, well, they can't have the appearance of impropriety, or they can't touch anything that isn't regulated for the sake of their business. According to Jonathan Mary, director of Bankless Times, there's a common misconception that many companies can't use cryptocurrency even if they wanted to because of until its legal perimeter is fixed. Now, when I'm talking about it, I'm talking about corporations and businesses that look at it and say, we cannot invest in this until it's regulated. Yes, they can obviously buy crypto, they can, but their business charter, their business motto says that they can't invest in anything that is risky, that has a certain number of points that they attach to it on a risk factor. And without regulation, they're not going to get into it. Would they love to? Absolutely. The big bank bandwagon proves otherwise. It kind of does. Yes, they are offering cryptocurrency, but there are still a lot of institutional investors that until it becomes regulated are not going to touch it. The world's major banks are investing more money in cryptocurrency and blockchain startups, and these technologies are being adopted by a wider range of industries, Mary said. Yes, and when it gets regulated, it will open up the floodgates. Right now, people are sticking their toes in it and kind of getting their ankles in it and maybe slowly moving up to their knees and things like that. But once it gets regulated, it's going to open up the door for more people, more institutional investors to get into it. He cited a report from blockchain market intelligence firm Blockdata that shows 55% of the world's top 100 banks now have exposure to blockchain and crypto. Yeah, but only exposure. I want them to dive head in. We're seeing more investment, and we're seeing more custody services from large corporations, as well as additional industries interested in cryptocurrency. And once all of them are interested, then I will be satisfied. And the only way that they're all going to be interested is if there is regulation. Right now, they cannot get into these wild, wild west style scenarios and risk their entire portfolios. They're going to dabble in it. I don't want them to dabble in it. I want corporations to get into it completely. Next myth, crypto is too volatile to be a realistic investment. Well, sure, for now. I mean, not too volatile to be a realistic investment, but it is volatile now. That volatility will go down as time goes on. Anyone who even glances at the crypto market is well aware of the wild ups and downs that define daily trading. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've said it many times. Anything that happens in a year's worth of time in traditional finance could be an average week in cryptocurrency. But most credible experts don't recommend daily trading, and I would never recommend trading. Day trading, swing trading, if you want to do it, that's all for you. But wow, I dabbled in it when I got suckered into that thing of, oh, you can day trade and make $2,000 a day. Okay, yeah, no. Very, 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 very few day traders actually make it. They give crypto traders the same advice they give to stock investors and everyone else. Diversify your holdings, invest for the long term, ignore trends, and leave your emotions out of it, which are the same things that I've been saying all along. Sit down, write your plan out, have a written plan, and stick to your plan. That way it's on paper and you're taking your emotions out of the equation. Write your plan down, read it, look at it, hang it up somewhere where you're seeing it every day. That way, if you have any doubts, you can go to your plan. Because when you made your plan, you were sitting down, there were no distractions, you had your finances in front of you, you knew where you wanted to go, you had no noise, no one influencing you. And so that plan, when you've done your own research into your own projects and things like that, is a good one. Now, sticking to it, that's the next hardest part. Leave your emotions at the door. If you do that, and you'll watch the volatility play out from a safe distance while you buy and hold. And all of that hinges on one thing: never investing more than you can comfortably lose. And if you can't comfortably lose anything, then you shouldn't be investing in anything but yourself at this time. While it's true that the value of cryptocurrency can fluctuate wildly, this doesn't mean that it's not a viable investment, said Kev Tilley, a financial expert who works as the managing director at Mortgageable. Many well-known investors have made a fortune by investing in Bitcoin and other digital currencies. What's important is to do your research and invest wisely. Yeah. Do your own research and invest wisely. I believe on that he's talking about do not invest more than you can lose. Investing is like walking into a casino. You're not going to walk into a casino with your bank account open and just lay everything out and gamble it all away. So don't do that with cryptocurrency. Don't do that with traditional finance. Don't do that with any investment. Next myth. Stable coins are stable because they are tied to fiat currency, which is an absolute myth. They have a basket of goods, just like every other thing out there that's an investment. They get a basket of goods. And it should be, if you want a good basket, a basket of goods within your market and without your market. Goods from markets that are not yours. That way, if your market goes down, you're hedged against it with baskets from a different market. If you're interested in crypto but can't handle the volatility, stable coins offer stability. Yeah, just not algorithmic stable coins. Just as the name implies, they are stable coins pegged to the dollar. Sometimes, though, that stability is earned by pegging a stable coin to a fiat currency, but not always. At least, not anymore. Second generation stablecoins, or as they are calling it, stablecoin 2.0, because, the next generation of everything is 2.0. I'm going to name my child my name and then 2.0 after it. Base their value off a diverse basket of goods. Yeah. If they're smart. As a result, the token maintains value with the goods, even as the value of the underlying fiat drops. When managed properly that is, if one token is worth one loaf of bread or 1/2 gallon of fuel, then regardless of the movement of the fiat, the token maintains the value within plus or minus 2%. This allows people to manage their wealth more effectively and dispels the myth that stablecoins must be based off fiat to be stable. No, and it doesn't. And I like the idea of having a basket of goods, as long as that basket of goods contains goods that are both within your market and another market. That way you're hedging not only your investment within the market, you're hedging against your market crashing. Crypto market goes down, you can have goods outside of that market, and perhaps the other market isn't crashing as hard. Crypto is anonymous, and so are your transactions. No, everything is recorded on the blockchain. I've said that many times when people talk about cryptocurrency and money laundering with cryptocurrency. No. How do you think they're able to recover those billions of dollars in cryptocurrency that are hacked and stolen? You can track it, you can track it, you can trace it, you can go to the blockchain, you can go to the ledger, you can look and you can see what wallet did what, transferred what to where. So no, not completely anonymous. Your name is anonymous. Your wallet is not. Remember that. Before you go out and do some crazy things with your cryptocurrency, your wallet is known. Your name is anonymous, but if people do enough research, they can peg a name to a wallet. The longest running crypto myth of all is that institutions and governments can't trace crypto and your transactions are anonymous. And sometimes I wonder if the government lets that myth stand on purpose, so that way they can track and trace people doing illegal and illicit activities. There was a time when Bitcoin fueled illicit transactions. Yeah, that was on the Silk Road. That got shut down pretty quickly. But it was never truly anonymous, and law enforcement and the banks are well up to speed. Yes, they are. They know how to recover the money. They know how to look on the ledger. They know how to look on the blockchain explorer and whatnot. It's no secret. One of the biggest cryptocurrency myths I see circulating is that crypto transactions can't be traced by the authorities, which is simply not true. And like I said, I wonder if the government lets that myth propagate so that way criminals use it and they trace them without them knowing that they're being traced. And this was said by Nick Ronga, who focuses on crypto's macroeconomic and political context as a senior cryptocurrency and forex analyst for AskTraders.com. Wow, that's a heck of a long title. While the transactions are anonymous and can't be linked directly to an identity, every transaction is recorded on the blockchain and is publicly available. Like I said, your name is anonymous. That is true. That's how they can technically get away with calling it anonymous, because you are anonymous. Your wallet is not. Oh, the myths. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. The myths are never going to die. There's always going to be something there, all the way up until the point where the majority of people use it. Once the majority of people use it, the myths will start dying down, well, because the majority of people are using it and they will have experience with it, and it's hard to float a myth past somebody who knows what they're talking about. You guys are amazing. I appreciate your patience. I love the engagement, so please give me your comments below. I do try to respond to them as much as possible. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you, and I will see you guys on the next one.